Alright, so what is the mission with which we are tasked this day?
Whoa, that's a big demon eye.
Oh, it's running off. Okay.
Hey, it's daylight. Go home. Go home.
You're drunk.
Go on, get. Are we just gonna stab him in the back? Are we that kind of people? Alright.
Look, he
fucking lynch him.
Self-defense, he attacked our house first. Alright, so we need... Let's arrow you up. Get some wood. Stone. Get some stone. I mean, stone's easy enough, and wood's easy enough. We'll run over there and...
Has your body hasn't despawned yet. We have to go back and get it.
Does it?
By the way, you can change the shape of the... There's a way you can change the size and shape of the minimap.
Of the
I don't
what?
remember how. The minimap.
Oh.
You can also make it so that it's like an overlay instead, which is kind of helpful when you're in a cave. It's a little weird, but it's helpful.
Oh boy, I did not get very far on the map. It feels like
it's a large world.
It's a big place.
But, I mean, you start 2 biomes, so.
All right, let's go ahead and. In fact, I might as well get some more arrows too. It's definitely a lot better than the basic sword.
I think we're just gonna want to max out on arrows, like fill our inventory. Oh, here, there's a big chunk of stone right there.
There we go. I am. Every time I watch the new Dune trailer, I just hope. I keep thinking.
I haven't watched it. I'm avoiding it. I'm nervous.
Okay, I won't spoil anything. Besides, good music, but I just think, please let there be a good Dune movie before I die.
I've heard it seems like an action movie, which is a little disturbing.
Yeah, but it's hard to say. I mean, maybe I feel bad because he went with Blade Runner 2049, which is a great movie, but it wasn't very popular because it's, you know, a slow, plodding sci-fi movie that people don't spend money on because they want to see Marvel movies, you know, which is fine. I like The Avengers too, but I also don't think it's nearly as good a movie as something like Blade Runner 2049.
Sure.
But
I saw a quote from, I believe it was Seth Rogen, saying that not necessarily that he hates the Marvel movies, but that they have made a comedian's job very difficult because at their core, if you were to boil it down into Shakespearean terms of comedy and tragedy, all the Marvel movies are comedies.
Yeah.
And because not only are they, you know, action character dramas, they're funny. And when a movie is funny and making the sheer amount of volume of attendance and money that those movies are making, I'm sure being a comedian right now is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't hate the Marvel movies, but it very much annoys me that they do so well, because I don't think they're bad movies, and then like really great movies just kind of get like well. And then you see a couple breakouts, like, you know,
Mad Max comes to mind.
Yeah, Parasite kind of broke out, but
I really want to see Parasite. I haven't yet.
It's on. Oh wait, I don't know if you have Hulu.
I do. My neighbor is very generous.
Well, that's nice. But it's on Hulu. That's where I watched it.
We are, Sarah and I are very close to actually finishing season 1 of Critical Role. Finally.
That is an excursion right there. I sure as hell haven't. Not that I think it's bad. It's just.
Why can't I build? Oh, I don't have wood. Okay. No. And that's the thing is, like, we're not just using it as background noise. Like, we're actually watching it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been a trial.
It's dense. It's a
but
lot.
yeah, we're like 2 episodes away from the finale, and then we're gonna not start up season 2, but kind of restart season 2 because we made it to maybe like the 20th or 30th episode, which I know is nothing now, but we just kind of stopped.
Yeah. I don't watch many Dungeons and Dragons podcasts. Sometimes I listen to the Dungeon Master.
Understandably so.
I mean, I spend so much time just working on it that I don't.
Sure. It's the same reason I don't listen to comic podcasts.
There's one that I like called the Dungeon Master's Block, but it's not a game. It's exclusively talk about just game mechanics and dungeon master ideas and stuff like that.
Nice.
And so I've used it gives you interesting ideas. Some of them are not for me, but some of them are pretty good.
I recall I sent you the DMG, he was one of DM Scotty's acolytes with the 2.5D system with the cardboard and whatnot.
Yep.
I was really sad when that guy stopped making videos. I think he was definitely one of my favorite D&D content creators, just because, like, he was just making stuff. You know, he wasn't like there was no, like, he did do a little bit of like a grandiose kind of campaign deal with other YouTubers, but at the same time, it still very much felt like, you know, I'm a DM. I want to help improve the system. That was the whole purpose for him being there.
Yeah, it's it is what it is. I just can't pay that much attention to Critical Role a lot of times. It's a shame, and the thing is, it's weird because I have a whole bunch of time at work where I can sit and listen.
I did that. My wife did that. That's how she got through like 40 episodes of season 2. But I can't. There's just, I think the fact that all 8 of them are so goddamn charismatic that like not seeing them hampers it a bit.
It is unusual how beautiful they are as human beings.
They are all absurdly attractive.
It's like, boy, that is not...
Even Matt, whom I understand he has some body dysphoria issues, but...
Who, Matt Mercer?
Mm-hmm.
That dude is beautiful.
That's what I thought, but so if you haven't actually checked that out, I do recommend looking into their Between the Sheets. It's less about the game and more about why they play it. It was pretty entertaining and very informative, and they talk about everything. Like Sam Riegel's, I know, kind of topical, but a lot of his was about how he filmed some of the very first footage of the 9/11 attacks.
Jesus.
He just happened to be in the right spot at the right time. If I remember correctly, he and his wife were en route to do something, and they just happened to be the ones with camera phones on the street. And that footage, of course, hit the internet and blew him up a little bit. So yeah, they talk about everything, and it's in a good way.
See, I would probably watch that before I watch Critical Role, actually.
It felt very podcast, very like, hey Matt, how do you what goes into this, like, what came into being first, the show or like the campaign. And Brian W. Foster does a pretty good job of interviewing.
Yeah, he did a good job on the Deadlands.
Yeah, he's fun.
That was one I did listen to. I like them when they will do something a little bit different, like they're like, here's a one shot, couple hours of a different system.
Yeah.
That's why I want to play like Savage Worlds pretty bad. I like to try other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm still salty. Here I am. I'm gonna pull up my Facebook and see if I doubt it.
But the Savage Worlds game was supposed to be the Wild West game is a Savage Worlds game / Deadlands expansion of Savage World game. But the point is, I that was before, obviously. Much like I'm stuck inside playing video games now.
Yeah.
I don't want to run it not in person because it's a new system and I don't really want to teach it to all of them online. Even though like Ryan knows it pretty well. I know Rick and Nick and Max have no clue. As all they know is that the dice can explode. That's pretty much it.
Exploding dice can be fun.
Oh, it can be super fun, but
I'm still salty that you know. Again, I know this isn't live, but if Mr. Justin White of Rogues to Riches is still watching, I'm just letting you know that I was a huge fan of your system. Please come back.
I remember that game.
Right? It had such a novel feel to it.
I don't know. Whenever I said that in my head, it was like when Forrest Gump said, "My favorite book."
It was I remember we tried it a couple times and he improved it a couple times, and I feel bad because like I reached out and I was just like, hey man, I really like your system, I want to talk about it, and then all of a sudden he vanished. It was me, it was my fault.
Did he ever offer to be like, well, I obviously didn't say talk to you, but if he'd been like, no, I'm done with it, if you want to take over making stuff for it.
Never replied. I reached out, I messaged him on Facebook. I may have creeped, I don't know, but I thought I was pretty clear of like, hey, my friends and I, we love your system. We just have a few questions, and never saw an update. Last update was May 2013.
It was at the very least an interesting system. What is this thing?
It was also like really well written.
Oh my god!
As far as, like,
oh jeez! Oh jeez! Antlion.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in the desert.
Oh, you're in the desert. I told you. Alright, I have...
Okay, I have...
just close to 3,000 arrows. So
I have lived.
Good.
Yo! What? What? There's a gnome up here! Oh my god, he's not a friendly gnome like David! He just attacked me! There's a legit gnome! Oh geez, he can climb platforms.
The sun is going down.
I have recall potions now, so I should I can get home. I found some in a chest.
Cool.
I just
there's a chest in the living tree. Did you go through that?
Yeah, I went through all of that. I just left the chest because I don't have room. What's all this stuff?
You should have plenty of room. Press escape. You have.
I do have room. It's just I didn't. Oh, this is a different chest. Just gonna loot everything.
The chests, from what I understand, are flavored. They don't actually have any
sandstone chest.
Difference.
Yo, I can they've got like these cactuses that are ball shaped, and you can push them like it's the freaking Temple of Doom, and they roll and they hit something. They hit an antlion.
Excellent. I'm trying to make my way to you.
Molaram over here. I killed the gnome. He is dead.
Realize I'm trying to make the way over to you. And
no, you don't.
I just told you that.
Yeah, I would say you just told me to go home. You just told me to go home.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
But
I'm already in the desert.
Okay, well, we might be able to. You might be able to run and recover my stuff.
You died again?
No, whenever I died the first time.
Oh, maybe. The problem is it's not going to differentiate what's your stuff, unfortunately.
I mean, you can keep all of it. It's our stuff. This is a communist Terraria game.
Just, we're going to have to like sift through it, you know. Oh, I like that the water is different. That's cool.
I like that whenever you move through the water, you can see like pressure waves. Yeah.
Yeah. Another tree.
It's good.
Fall tree.
It's a good looking game. I didn't get to explore all the way.
You know,
yeah.
It is a good looking game. I was playing Dead Cells and my wife was asking me, how come I've played so many like kind of retro-looking games, and I told her it wasn't really intentional, but it is an art style that kind of came back. But I don't think anything's quite used it to the effect of Terraria. Because like I couldn't even call Terraria a retro game, just because it doesn't feel it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a kind of that aesthetic, but that the nice thing is that aesthetic doesn't get old, really. You know.
Alright, I found some platforms. I'm assuming those are yours.
Probably. Oh wait, are we still heading this way? Because
I'm heading towards the right.
I'm almost ready to recall out.
Extra recall potion.
Yeah, I had to recall. I was getting swarmed by zombies.
Then I will head back.
I did want to
I am getting swarmed by zombies.
Consolidate these gains and see what I got. Alright. Well,
we got a bunch of arrows, or at least I did, so.
That is the end of day, 2. So I'm gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna sort through all this nonsense, and, I'll start recording again, basically in the morning, and when I've had time to figure out exactly what is in my inventory.